What's poppin', everybody? It's K9 Senses, aka the king of rapping, the king of hip hop, and the realest rapper on the internet, bringing you my first video of this brand new channel where I'm basically just gonna talk about, music, both good and bad, this year and many more years to come, specifically about rap and hip hop. I'll be talking about album reviews and topics and the mainstream, again, both good and bad, and many more topics referring to rap and hip hop and shit. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna say that hip hop is a really good genre. I listen to it a lot. It's my favorite genre to listen to. I grew up on artists like Eminem, Royce da 5'9", MF Doom, and all these lyrical gods that were dominating this genre of music pretty much the last 2 or 3 decades. But now here we are. We're in the modern age of 2020. We just hit a new year and a new decade. So this video is pretty much going to be my introduction to what I expect in this year for music in 2020, and basically what I look for in terms of the criteria of the rapper's music in general. Basically, everything has to pretty much hit the mark. Everyone has to pretty much follow these three things. Everything has to hit the mark conceptually, sonically, and lyrically. Lyrically, of course, you gotta have some, dope ass punchlines here and there, some wordplay that will really make you, really make the listener, such as myself, entertained as shit, and really impressing people with their multisyllabic, rhyming patterns, both internally and at the end of each bar. Now, those can be incredibly difficult. I mean, not everybody can rhyme 4 to 5 syllables at once, but you know what? That's a different topic for a different video. Sonically, yeah, the flow and delivery has to fucking hit well depending on the certain type of instrumental to fit the pitch of your voice. And this is another thing too. Whenever I hear certain mainstream rappers sound like they're completely muffled, or they sound like they have this monotone delivery going on, and I'm not going to mention any names until we get to those people, I promise, for future videos. But if you got a chill or laid back type beat, usually monotone delivery is where you want to go. If it's hard hitting, uplifting, banger type instrumentals, you really have to fucking go on all in with that aggressive delivery. And it can't be vice versa. There's no way. Otherwise, the track will fall completely on its face. But you know what? That's nothing that's nothing to worry about, considering that a lot of other mainstream artists, such as, Drake and Future and all those people, can actually, get away with that kind of shit and get millions of streams on Spotify. But you know what? Whatever. That's a different topic for a different video, I promise. But yeah, and also conceptually, every song has to have content. Yeah, every song has to have content. If it doesn't have content and I hear that song, I'm get this the fuck out of my playlist, bro. You're not even worth listening to. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but really I am, the hardest, critic on the internet with higher levels of thinking, such as myself, that will really have higher standards than pretty much anyone else. Whenever I rate things an 8 out of 10, that's good, but anything below that is just okay, and everything below a 6 is mediocre, and everything below a 5 is complete dog shit, such as these albums that I'm going to review that are lacking some of those. And believe me, we'll get to that. There are definitely going to be some good albums to review, some really good albums to review this month, and also some really bad albums. So just keep in mind, this is just an introductory video of what I expect in 2020 for a lot of promising artists to come out with really solid projects. And for those that don't exceed my expectations, then I'm gonna tear them apart. I'm not a stan. Eminem is my favorite rapper, but if he comes out with a shit project, I'm not afraid to tear that shit apart. Why? Because, well, I just like critiquing things because generally it probably won't. I mean, it probably won't matter anyway because, well, guess what? It's gonna be so fucking chaotic down the road in terms of, like, here's a perfect example. It doesn't matter if I talk shit about, like, you know, a shit album, like pretty much like posting it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever about my feelings toward this specific song or project or album or mixtape, because it really isn't going to change anything, because these artists are going to do what the masses want to do anyway, and I'm pretty much in that minority in that. But yeah, that's all I have to say, man. I'll put my Instagram down below. The link will be down below to my Instagram. You can follow me there. I really appreciate the support. Every follower means a lot to me. Like, I really do respect that. I'll also be putting the link to my SoundCloud. I'm one of the best SoundCloud rappers, which kind of speaks volumes because a lot of fucking SoundCloud rappers suck, and I'm trying to fill in the gap between, lyrical geniuses and the frauds themselves, who just really make music for the fuck of it and are not really using it for a distribution to spread the message and using it as, a platform to express their feelings. That's what music is supposed to be. But yeah, there will be more videos to come in the future. In this month, I'll be posting a lot more album reviews, maybe starting tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, this has been K9 Senses. Rest in peace out.